Hello, today we want to install Cloudmesh, and in order to do that we have a new version that you will be working on in this class. It's called Cloudmesh Community CM, and if you go there you find a link to the preliminary documentation that we will be improving together as part of the class projects. So we go in there and we see here a documentation that tells you about how to install it. And one of the things that we need to do is we need to first create a directory in which we install it. So let's go to our shell. Let's create maybe a directory that we call mcrdir Cloudmesh CM. So we go to CM. Nothing is in this directory. And then what we need to do is line by line copying this script here. So let's just do all the git commands, and we enter it, and it clones all the source now into this particular directory. As you can see, this takes a little bit. Oh, I forgot to type in enter. Now we have all the directories in here that we need. In order for us to install it, we need to now visit each one of those directories, and we do this line by line, not in groups, so that we can see if there's potentially an error. So as you see, we want to do a pip install -e dot. That means if you make a change in this particular directory, the change will be immediately communicated to us. The common directory are some common libraries that you may want to look into. And you can certainly look up on the web page here where this is located, so that you can browse it. So this looks good. So we go one directory back. We go now to the CMD5 directory, which is a command shell. We do the same pip install -e dot to install this particular program. Now we are going to the sys directory. We do the same thing here. We install it. And now we go to our class projects directory, and we install also this particular project. And the last project is in heavy development, and you are supposed to be making sure that it always can compile before you conduct a commit. Okay, so one of the things that we have now installed is a program that's called Cloudmesh Shell. The abbreviation for this is CMS. And when you type in this particular command, we see a shell. This is similar like a MATLAB shell if you so want, but this is a Python shell. But we have only a couple of commands created. To see the commands, you can type in help, and you see all the commands. In order to find out more about the command itself, let's say for example help banner, you see that the banner displays, and you can actually integrate this banner, for example, in your workflow while saying banner A, and you see what it actually does. It executes a banner and prints out this banner in A. You can inspect all the other commands for this, and this will be extremely helpful for you to develop the command lines for this particular project that you are developing. There is one command that we are currently also working on, so you can say help admin. This is our administration command that has, for example, the management of our MongoDB database that we will be using within this particular project. So let me quit this shell and show you another feature. This is not only a shell, but also a command line tool. So if I were, for example, to say CMS help on the command line, it doesn't jump back into the shell, but just executes the command and goes back into our command shell. So this way it's very convenient for you to develop programs that are designed in such a fashion. So let us design our own program, we have created a command that's called sys. So let's take a look at this sys command. When we look at this here, there is a command sys command generate name. We will be using this now and create, for example, a command that we call box, for example. So let's say CMS sys generate, and then let's double check command generate. Command generate, and then the command name, let's say box. We type this command. When we do now an ls, we have actually here a box folder created that we want to look into, and we go into this box folder, Cloudmesh box, and in here we have a full-fledged command that we have created. We can now say pip install -e dot. The command is being integrated into your shell. You can see the command here, the source here. But if we, for example, say CMS help, this command is now integrated into the shell with box, and we can say CMS help box to see the manual page for that particular command. And so there's currently just a simple list, registered box list. This is just a dummy command so that you can do something with it. As you can see, something's happening here. In case you want to see the source, you edit the source. In this case, I go to the Cloudmesh folder, and I go to the box folder. Let me make this a little bit bigger so that you can see it. I have here a command created. The command is created with doc-ops. As you can see, here is the option being generated. And in the bottom, you see the arguments. And if the argument is list, this particular thing is being executed. And so we can go ahead and do this. Now we are implementing here, for example, a box API manager. That's being created in the directory here next to it. So we go here into API, and here's the manager, and here are the functions that are generated. And in your project, you will be generating such a command that exposes conveniently the services to, for example, a cloud, so that you can build a cloud service mashup. So with this, I would like to close the presentation, and hope you enjoy using this advanced features that we have conducted.